Hey, YouTube. I don't record videos really. I record some. Mostly I capture video game things, and I've done some things with me playing guitar. I normally don't talk in front of a camera. I probably should. I always envy those who do. They do movie reviews and stuff, and I think I should at some point, but I figure if you're not like one of the popular guys, or you can't do it all the time, or you don't want to get into all that quick editing like the Jeremy John style kind of thing, you probably wouldn't. And I'm not here to review a movie, by the way, but I am here to talk about a movie, that one that I haven't even seen yet, and I don't plan to. At least I don't plan on paying money to see it. Um, where am I right now? I'm in a hotel room. I coach softball. We're in Reno for a traveling. It's a fast pitch girls softball, 18s, and we're traveling in Reno. Got games early in the morning. It's 11:45 right now, and so I was already in bed. But then my head popped off the pillow because I thought of something, and then I wanted to run it off with you guys. Maybe you can tell me. I really don't care. You can spoil the movie for me if you want to, but I have not a theory, but speculation on how this movie should play out. I'm talking about the Emoji Movie. Now I don't want to sit here going on a big rant about why I don't think this movie should exist, and I think most people would agree about it. But it shouldn't, and despite the fact that I don't want to see people, lose jobs for, just doing what they could to make a movie happen, especially if they weren't in the process of the writing for it or the idea for it or whatever else, I really don't want to see this movie make money. What I really don't want to do is to see it replace the likes of, I don't want to see it hit the top of the box office when films like Dunkirk are out, and even Girls Trip. I haven't seen Girls Trip, but Girls Trip's out. Spider-Man, War for the Planet of the Apes, that was a good movie as well. It's not getting its fair share. And look, is Emoji Movie's demographic the same as Dunkirk's demographic? Absolutely not. But the parents who take the kids there probably aren't able to see it as a result. Whatever. I want this thing to make $0 and 0 cents, provided that the right people keep their jobs and the wrong people don't. Or at least that they start to realize that you can't just. I want this to not make money so that they don't start to have an idea that you can just do this, you know? So anyway, I saw on Rotten Tomatoes that right now it's at 0% approval rating. So 23 Rotten Tomatoes, 0 Fresh Tomatoes, and a 2.2 or 2.1 average rating, which is really, really low. And to me, that's good. To me, I'm like, awesome. If that steers kids away, if a kid says, I want to go to it, and then the mom's like, I don't know, Rotten Tomatoes is not really in favor of it, the kid wouldn't have no idea what that means. Obviously, the parent's still going to take them, but word of mouth is bad. Look, the first weekend might be good. If word of mouth is bad and it shuns away from existence, that would be awesome. Completely. Anyway, but that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is I decided to watch the trailer after seeing the Rotten Tomatoes score. And yeah, this movie looks bad. I had my preconceived notions about the film before I watched the trailer, which is probably a bad idea. But then I watched the trailer and it confirmed my notions. And trust me, if I thought the movie looked good, I would have said, you know what, it's too bad at 0%. But now that I saw the trailer, it's kind of confirming it. So I see the trailer, and despite the fact that it kind of hits on two recent animated movies that we kind of had theme wise, kind of like Inside Out, and the fact that it focuses on emotions. I mean, it's emojis, so it focuses on the emotion idea of things, even though it's not inside someone's mind. Someone's mind is sending a text to somebody to display an emotion, so it has emotions involved. The characters are those emotions, or at least they're supposed to be. And that's what I'm going to talk about in a bit. The other thing it seems to hit on a little bit is kind of the Zootopia thing. Not so much stereotypes, but it's more so like you're supposed to be who society deems you. You're supposed to be who society deems you to be. Kind of like that. So yeah, there might be stereotypes involved. I'm not really sure, but anyway, it hits on those two things. And look, other films have already done it, and they've probably done it a lot better than this film has done it. So despite the fact that that's in play, I watched this trailer, and it seems to focus on like a meh emoji, like a I can't do it. It's like meh, a meh emoji. I forget his name. He's voiced by that guy who's in like Cloverfield. He's the camera guy in Cloverfield. His name's Hudson. I forget the actor's name. I don't like him that much. He's in the Transformers movie. He's in. I should look him up. Forget his name. I know his name, but I forget it. Anyways, voiced by him, or at least I heard it. And what was I gonna say about this? Oh, so there's a moment in the trailer where this mad guy doesn't like know how to be mad, or he's not ready to do it. So, sorry, I'm getting an email. You're living inside somebody's phone. By the way, I have a flip phone. And this thing can do emojis. It can. They call them emoticons, but it can do emojis. And that's not why I don't like emojis. Really, I don't. But I don't like the new. I don't really like smartphones anyway. The story takes place inside somebody's phone, kind of like how Inside Out takes place inside somebody's mind. So it takes place inside somebody's phone when they send texts to people. Apparently, the the whole inner workings of the phone, it says like, oh, I'm going to a happy face, so they like scan the face and then the thing prints out or something like that. So when this guy's sending a text to a girl, I think he's sending the meh emoji to a girl. Maybe she's like, you want to get vegetables, and he's like, meh. I don't know what they were talking about. And it goes to the meh character, and he's like, shoot, I'm not ready, right? I'm not ready to go meh. So like freaks out. He goes like, yeah, or something like that, right? And they're like, he's doing the wrong face, and it's stupid, right? But so then the kid who sent the text is like, my phone must be broken. You know, like he freaks out. It's like, my phone must be broken. And that's reasonable. You send a meh thing and it doesn't come out meh. That's a problem, I guess. He says, my phone must be broken. So that's not the problem. The problem is, as I'm seeing the themes of this film kind of come into play, like the end message maybe becomes something like be who you want to be. Like maybe that's how the film's going to resolve. This is a guess, by the way. I need someone to clarify this for me in the comments if you've seen the film, which I hope like you paid tickets for Dunkirk and then saw the film at least. Please support other films, please. Um, Confirm for me, but it seems like something like where this main character, I think his name is Gene. I think that sounds right. That Gene um is like, I don't want to be mad. I shouldn't have to live my life being mad. I don't know if he's saying I should be happy. I think he's just saying that I shouldn't have to stick to what society deems me to be. You know what I mean? And that if the end result of the film ends up being like, okay, then you can be whatever you want. And then other people can be meh at some times and whatever else. But now that I'm talking this through, now I see how they can resolve this. I was thinking if he starts off as a meh character, but he wants to smile, or he wants to cry, or he wants to be angry or something, then maybe he's going to be allowed to display that. So my problem with the film then becomes if that ends up being the resolution, and then anyone can just be whatever they want to at that time, and then the kid sends a meh emoji to somebody, but then he decides to be happy, for instance, well, now we're kind of back to square one, where the kid's like, my phone's broken again. Eventually he's going to turn in this phone, and these guys aren't going to be able to do their jobs. Maybe they'll be erased from history. I don't know. It's kind of like, kind of like Wreck-It Ralph, where the idea is like, we don't want to be a glitchy game because then they'll unplug the game, and then we get erased, right? But now that I'm thinking about it, the movie's probably going to end up saying, like, you can be who you want to be, so you can take Happy Face's place if you want to, and then you can be happy. Now, I don't know how the poop emoji, see, I think that there's a poop emoji there, and I think it's getting overplayed a little bit, kind of like Minions and Despicable Me. Like, you can be there for a cameo, or something like that, right? But you don't want to be there the entire movie. Um, maybe the poop emoji kind of sits around being like, oh, I'm like a bully, maybe I'm like a something like that, and then maybe they don't get their fair share and go like, wait, I can only be a poop, and like I can only be a poop emoji. That sucks. But now it seems like they're darker, so maybe it's a racist thing. I don't know. I don't know what the thing of this film's. I don't know why I'm talking anymore. I wanted to get a YouTube video thing out, but anyway, just to recap my problem with this movie, or with it's not a problem with the movie, but a problem with the message. If this is the message, if the end message is supposed to be like be who you want to be, and if the last time he was something he wasn't supposed to be, it didn't work out for this kid. And look, this kid doesn't know how the inner workings of this phone works, that they're making face, I don't know. Then it's not going to help resolve anything. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Anyway, I'm running up on 10 minutes. I don't know why I have this video. I'm probably going to delete it later. It's just whatever. Uh, Thanks for watching. If you want me to make more videos and just have me talk about things, I will. because it seems like a fun thing to do. But I don't know if I want to get too involved. I'll start saying reviews. I write reviews all the time for movies. I'll start saying reviews if you want me to. I'll make it a little more professional if you want me to. I'm gonna go back to bed, but hope you enjoyed this for what it was. Why don't you comment to me? Why don't you go if you watch this for whatever reason? Why don't you go to the comments and tell me what this film's thing's about, what the message is. Not like is it good? You can tell me it's bad or good. What is this message of this film, right? Like, what's this whole end arc? I don't really understand where it's going. And furthermore, does it seem to hit a message better than Inside Out hit its message? Which, by the way, Inside Out's message is not just be what you want to be. It's just like it's okay to be sad sometimes. You don't want to inflict happiness all the time. And Zootopia, I didn't like Zootopia that much, but it was clear as day what they were going for. Anyway, so let me know kind of what they're trying to do with that movie, with the Emoji Movie, if you do see it. Um, but remember, for movies, you vote with your dollars, and if you're encouraging that they should have more ideas like this. I mean, look, now I'm running past 11 minutes, but look, somebody literally there was a table of 12 people or something like that, and someone said, we need ideas for movies, for animated movies. We need to make the kids, you know, happy. Somebody stood up and said, let's make a movie about emojis. They approved it, and they spent years making this film. They spent valuable resources on this thing. All right. I feel bad for the people who make it, and it's not going to be good. But don't let this happen. Don't let these kinds of movies come into theaters when there's, oh, you know what, a movie you should really see that's still kind of out is The Big Sick. Oh, there's a freaking good movie. And that thing's not recognized by anybody. Go see The Big Sick. It's rated R. If you can't see rated R movies, I'm sorry. I promise you, you will love it. It's a great, I guess you call it a rom-com, whatever else. It's a great rom-com. It's fantastic. Um, Support movies like that. It's not getting any. It'll get buzz at the Oscars. I know that. It should. Screenplay, picture, stuff like that. But go see The Big Sick. Go see Dunkirk. It's a good movie as well. All right, I'm out.